Fuck, here we go again.
Yep.
Fuck. I'm not having fun tonight. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Tonight, not ladder racing. We've got Zwift racing action tonight. Racing for the Rhino squad tonight, we've got Edge, Adam, Anthony, John, Scott, and myself. The course we're going to be racing on is going to be double span spin in New York, and this is going to be a points race. So there's going to be a sprint segment, and there's also going to be a KOM segment where there's going to be the fastest through and the first across the line. Also, lots of finishing points up for grabs tonight as well. So not a lot of recovery on this course tonight. It's going to be tough, about 27 kilometers, and hopefully you can hold on. My goal tonight is to hold on to the front group for as long as possible. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, should be exciting. Hope you enjoy the action. Let's throw up the profile of tonight's course, and you can get an idea of what sort of climbing is involved tonight. So hope you enjoy the action. Always stick around the end for some race wrap up, and ride on. Alright, let's jump into the race action. I'm going to speed this one up and do some voiceover and sort of highlight the spicy sections of this race tonight. So as I was saying, this is part of the Zwift Racing League, final race actually of this season, which will wrap up and then start up again in the fall with a new fresh season of ZRL. So points race, yes, there's going to be a sprint segment, and there's also going to be a KOM section, and I'll highlight those as we get to them. This is more or less the lead-in portion of the race. We're going to be heading right now towards the subway tunnel there where there's the escalators. We'll come up out of there, and then we'll get into our first climbing section for tonight. So let's sort of pick it up at the escalators here and see how that goes. All right, heading down the escalator. A rider's gone off the front, not exactly sure why. I'm sure they're going to get gobbled up pretty soon here. So as I was saying, we got 6 rhinos in the race tonight, and our big competition is the Dirt Team and ATP. We really want to see if we can get enough points tonight to grab some spots in the overall standings, and we'll see how that goes. So heading through the tunnel here, and I'm going to pick it up just as we head up the escalator, and just sort of explain a bit as to how that works, the escalator in the subway. All right, heading out of the subway. So heading up the escalator, it used to be when they first brought this into Zwift, you really had to hammer it up these. Now, if you just maintain or enter it at 40 kilometers an hour, it'll basically just take you right up to the top. See that? 40K, boom, up to the top. Some other guys, they're sort of hammered it, and it's really not necessary anymore. It's designed to just take you up, and you don't have to blow a lot of watts. So just wanted to explain the way that works now. So yeah, sort of made it up through the subway, nothing too much, all the groups together. The pace is sort of fluctuating. There's, you know, it sort of strings out a little bit, but it sort of all groups back up together. And here we go again. Here we go on the first section here. We're going to be heading up, and this is going to be the first sprint segment for tonight for points. And it's basically right at the top up here. So you're going to see there's going to be a lit up portion here on the road, just up near the top here. It also will pop up on the side of the screen here, indicating that it is the sprint segment for the route. Should be coming up here shortly on your screen, and then we'll see the on the road there's going to be the green dotted line. So have the arrow power up now, and obviously you're going to try to use that. There we go. The Manhattan Sprint has popped up there. Boom, just started it. The green was on the road. So basically it ends here at the banner, and all I'm trying to do here is, first of all, stay with the group. Secondly, try to get a high position across the line. I'm not going for the fastest through that segment. That's not my, especially on the climb for a sprint, that's not something I'm going to be even considering, let's say. So, yeah, sort of got up there, above top 20, I guess, sort of thing. So not too bad. Now, downhill section. Most people are trying to recover here, but you also got to be careful because you can get slung out the back sometimes on those downward sections. So I've sort of gone a little bit too far to the front there. I'll sort of just chill a little bit and sort of slide back. There's also no steering in the ZRL races, so getting into a good draft spot can be a little bit tricky in these. You can get pushed out to the side. So yeah, with no steering, little bit more challenging, but everybody's in the same boat, so we're all good. So, yeah, so picked up maybe some points there. Everybody gets points over those for the position across the line. But, yeah, basically, that was the first sprint segment. Now, we're getting right in to the next spicy section of the course, and this is going to be the KOM, which is kind of weird the way it starts. It sort of starts right there at the red dotted line, and it sort of starts as a downhill. So we're going down right now. We've got the feather power-up, and this is where it becomes a big decision, because there's really two places you can use your power-up. You can use it right now on this orange section, which is obviously the steepest part of the climb, or, because this climb is fairly long, you save it and use it to get to the banner, let's say. So, I'm kind of trying to keep to the front here. There is draft. You can see my draft gauge. There is draft on this climb. So, draft in this race is going to be very important. Being off the front, now there goes John and there goes Anthony, and they're off the front. So they're not really benefiting too much from the draft, but they're trying to set a pretty high pace. And this is where you can see in the top section there of the map how everything is strung right out. Everybody is just like, they've dropped the hammer. This is the first major climb tonight. And yeah, obviously I'm really concerned with getting points across. Like there, I'm in 5th position, floating between 5th and 6th. And I'm really hammering here. I'm trying to get up. Here comes Adam, another strong Rhino rider with his bandana on. Good look at him. So we're trying to get some good points here, getting across here. We're doing great. There are some riders coming up, and boom, they got past us. Well, that's good. They maybe timed their feather better than I did and used it maybe at the end there. But anyway, still picked up some good points there. And we're going to regroup with Anthony and John up front here. And see, you know, it's recovery time, right? Here, you're trying to recover, but there's not a lot of recovery on the course. That's the big issue with this race tonight, is that you have these, you know, they're not long climbs, but they're just, I don't know what it is about this course in New York, but these climbs here are just, they take a lot out of you. And so we have 3 laps tonight of this course. So that was the, you know, we're just finishing up more or less the first lap, and then 2 more to go. But as you can see, there's not going to be a lot of recovery. I'm going to, you know, go ahead to where the next, we get into the next climb and the next sprint segment, which is just up the road. All right, so we're heading back up for the Manhattan sprint at the top up here. And I kind of screwed up a little bit here. Okay, so there is draft, as I was saying. But I didn't use my power up at the right time. You want to hit your arrow, obviously, right at the start of the sprint segment, which I didn't. And yeah, I hit it right there. That's a little too soon, because right there on the road, the green is where the sprint segment actually starts. But anyways, just trying to get to that banner, trying to, you know, pick up places. I'm trying to get higher placement here, getting over. What am I getting here? About 15? Yeah, okay, so 15th spot I got there. Happy with that. The group has really stretched out now, though. I think there's only about, there's a couple riders behind me that are going to group up, but I think there's only about 24 of us right now out of the 60 in the front group, so it is starting to thin out a bit. Yeah, as we hit these climbs tonight, it is going to get harder and harder for everybody to sort of like stay together. So now we're back into recovery mode, get a little drink there, head down, and get ready for the Brooklyn KOM that we're going to hit up again. So this is, we're into lap number 2. So let's head over to the Brooklyn KOM again. Okay, here we go again. Starting the Brooklyn KOM. My big decision tonight was really with this power-up. Not knowing to use it on the first section, where it's orange and the steepest, or waiting till, you know, the climb's almost over. We've got about 20 riders up here now. It is thinned out a little bit more. Still having Anthony and John, Adam and myself from the Rhinos up front here, and there's still, obviously, the other teams are well represented. So yes, on the orange section, you're not going to get as much draft, because really above 3.5%, it does start to get pretty minimal there, so it's only 13 draft there on the gauge. But as we hit the yellow, it will increase. You'll see it's going to jump up there in a second. There we go, boom, it's gone up. So I'm really trying to play the draft game tonight, surf the wheels. Anthony and John did set the pace pretty hard on these climbs. Up front there goes John off the front there, Anthony with the cowboy hat. And Adam is still in the group here. I think might have been this climb here where Adam maybe just met his limit. The last I think maybe snapped on Adam on this one up here. There goes John off the front again. But I waited to use my feather at that little orange bar there. That was sort of my plan. And there we go. I hit it there. And once again, trying to get the highest position over this line for this segment of the race. So, you know, without blowing up. So yeah, everybody's using their feather there a little bit at the front. And I'm trying to get at least top 10 here. Kind of slipping back a little bit. What I end up with, I think I ended up with like maybe 13th or so. I think I got like 13th spot there, which I'm still pretty happy with considering there's 60 riders in this race, and I'm still sort of hanging on to the front group here. So we've got 15 now. We've lost a couple more. They might get back on the downhill, but it's pretty tough. People do sit up a little bit on this downhill, but if you get slung out the back with the amount of draft you're getting here in the group, it is pretty hard to get back on and bridge. Here we go with a couple riders did manage to get back on. Okay, so we're going to head over to the Manhattan Sprint to finish up lap number 2. Getting pretty tired here now. Got still one more to go. Let's see, still hanging on to this group here. But yeah, definitely getting tired. Trying to save up some energy for that final lap. All right, we're going to finish up this lap here with the Manhattan Sprint again. I think I got my power up time this time. Right at the green, hit it, yes, all right. No, it doesn't actually carry you right to the line, but it gets you pretty close. I'm trying to pick up a couple extra spots here. Dirt rider there, trying to get them. Oh, still getting about 15th spot. But you know what? I'm still happy with this because there's only like, 15, 16 riders in this front group. And my big plan tonight was to hold on to the front group. We still got John and Anthony up here. And now we're going to head back over again for the last time on the Brooklyn KOM. So on to the last lap now. Last time at the Brooklyn. Let's go check it out. Right, last time up the Brooklyn, and I played it a little bit differently this time. I hit my feather on this orange section, just to maintain contact with the group was my big plan here. John and actually Anthony went off the front this time. He just hammered up front there, way up in front, and everybody's sort of trying to catch him. But that's fine. I'm going to sit back here and surf the wheels and make it up to the top. There goes John. Now he's pushing to the front as well. He's going up to bridge up to Anthony. So they managed to pick up some serious points across the line for the Brooklyn Bridge KOM. And yeah, I'm still hanging on here. Watching the heart rate, I sort of tap out at about 185 these days. So I'm still pretty comfortable with the heart rate and maintaining contact with the group. Obviously, I didn't have the feather. Everybody else is using their feather, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky because, they get the advantage, right? So I got to really push a little bit harder now to stay with the group. And still picking up, getting to the line there. 15th spot. Oh, picked up a couple extra ones this time, so do a little bit better on this time up. 12th, gonna hold 12th. Let's go 12th position. Yes, 12th that time, so a little bit better on the last time up the Brooklyn. So now we're gonna go over and we're gonna finish off this race with the final time up to the sprint segment there for the Manhattan Sprint, which is also gonna be the banner for the finish. So let's head over there and let's wrap up this race for tonight. All right, 800 meters to go. Just Anthony and myself now. John, his elastic snapped last time up to Brooklyn. So, got to use the power up strategically here. This is the finish for this race. Got to use it at the right time. Trying to get top 10. My goal right here is top 10. Got a dirt rider there. Gonna get past. He's used his arrow. I haven't used mine yet. Boom, I hit it. His is gonna run out. Right about now. Boom, got it. So I'm going, come on, get past the dirt rider. There we go. Let's finish it up. Finish up. Final little meters here to go. Let's go, go, go. All right, race wrap-up time. Well, the WTRL series. Final race tonight. I haven't actually been, recording all the... I record all the races. I just didn't post all the races in the WTRL series. But this one here, thought I might as well put it up. Points race again. And yeah, the sprint segment there on the top of that climb, basically, that was killer. And then, of course, the climb segment where there was the other points as well tonight. And the finishing points big as well. Everybody just giving 110% like we always do. My objective tonight was to stay with the front group as it whittled down, and I was able to stay right to the end with Anthony, right to the end there. John was almost made it to the end there. He just, on the last climb there, he just kind of blew up a little bit, but these things happen. Adam had cramping going on. Edge had some leg cramping going on. Scott had some gear shifting problems going on. So everybody had their issues. It was sort of like, this is a tough race tonight. So yeah. And for me, final position there, I really wanted to get high on the final position. Kind of blew it out in the last points race. I got, all the segments kind of figured out, but the final across the line thing I screwed up. So this time I wasn't going to let that happen. So I managed to pick up 8th place at the very end. So I'm really happy with that. So yeah, something a little bit different, different than the ladder racing or the dirt racing series or the different things that I compete in and try to showcase on the channel here. So hope you enjoyed the action. So as always, subscribe, like, comment, come back anytime, and ride on.